What's happening, Captains? Today, if you're tuning into this video, you're probably a little interested in real estate photography, drone photography, and maybe specifically land photography. And I'm going to show you how I do all of that stuff. So come on, let's jump into it. So today we've got an awesome shoot planned. It's for some land down in South Middle Georgia, in between Atlanta and Macon. And I want to take you guys along and explain how I shoot land photography for real estate, what the differences are in between house photography and land photography, and like kind of what I use, which land photography is a lot of drone work. So we're going to go into how to use your drone for real estate photography. And real estate photography is just a lot like product photography, but you're just selling a different product and you have things that people care about more than they do with like retail goods, right? So we're gonna go over all of that, and hopefully I can give you guys a good starting point for you to get started doing your own real estate stuff. But let's get packed up and let's head down there. So we've got another day and another beautiful piece of real estate to shoot. This time it's land footage. And the big difference in between land and like a house is what the people care about, like what they want to see. And land footage can make or break the whole experience. Like if you don't actually put in some thought and effort into shooting your land, even properties as beautiful as this one is, then it's not going to be a great first experience for the potential buyers, and you really want to wow them right out of the gate. So you're obviously going to be doing a lot of drone work with this. Now, you need your drone pilot's license if you do anything commercial. It does not matter what size drone you have. I know there's a 250 gram weight limit for needing a drone pilot's license, but that does not count if you're doing anything commercially, and that's anything you get paid for. So you got to get that drone pilot's license. I got mine. It was super easy as long as you study, right? And then the drone I like to use is my Air 2S. I love this thing, and another big important piece are ND filters on it. Now, the Air 2S comes with ND filters if you get the Flymore kit, which I would highly recommend you doing, because to get the best videos and photos of the property, you're going to want to have those ND filters so your shutter's not so high speed that it stutters the image. Now, another thing that you need to do, along with getting your drone ready, getting your pilot's license, all of that, whenever you go to shoot anything with a drone, wherever it's at, whether it's land, house, whatever, you need to make sure that you're okay to fly there. Now, I like to use this app called Air Control. It used to be called Aloft, and it just shows you everywhere there's any kind of restrictions for piloting your drone. And you should already kind of have an idea of where you can and can't pilot after you take your exam, because you learn that, right? But some things will crop up. Like recently around here, we had a presidential visit in Atlanta. So there was a section that I was going to shoot of a house, and I couldn't fly the drone there. So I had to get a little creative because they blocked out the airspace because that was on the president's flight path. You also need to make sure there's no other planes around, flying around. So like, even if you are doing everything you can, staying under 400 feet like you're supposed to, sometimes planes aren't doing what they're supposed to, especially if there's local airports nearby, or when you're way out here in the rural areas, people will have like their own sort of private runways a lot of times. So you just got to always be on guard, be watching out, planes, birds, all that stuff. Just be very mindful of it. Then once you've got all that together and you've got all the pieces set, right, you just get out there with your artistic eye and you shoot the land in a way that conveys information and shows it in the best possible light, because your work is what people are going to first see when they go to buy this property. So you need to make sure that it's really good. And one key thing about doing that with land is shooting at the right time of day. Like with a house, it sort of matters, but you can't always control that because it's based on when the agent can meet you there or when the homeowners can let you in. So you kind of have to just work with what you're given. But with land, you can very much make sure that the weather is nice, that the sun is at a good angle so it's not super harsh, and it just looks really, really nice. And once, you know, like I said, when everything's set up, ready to go, all your pre-planning is done, you're ready to get out there and shoot and just make it look as beautiful as you can, because that's your job, right? Like, you're trying to take your eye and turn a piece of property or a house or a product into something beautiful that clients will want to buy. So now that I've given you all these tips, let's get to work. All right, we got big overview shots, sweeping through the pasture shots. We've got little detail shots, and now we're gonna wait on sunset and get some gorgeous sunset shots, because that really makes just rolling hills like this sing. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel, and let's continue this journey of talking shop, talking gear, and sharing stories and showing our work. We made it home. It's been a long day. I left down at like, what, 1 p.m. and it's now 7:45. But tomorrow morning I have another shoot early in the morning. So we're gonna do that. And then we'll get to editing right after I get back home from that, and we'll get the video and photos edited for this land. So we got up, we got our other photo shoot done. It's still really early in the morning, if you could tell from the low light. But now let's get to editing. Okay, we did the edits and I think they turned out great. Definitely being there earlier in the day to get some of the bright sun and then being there at sunset really helped just make this property really sing, like absolutely incredible stuff. So I'm gonna put in my video for the flyover and like informational video I did right after this. So I hope you guys see that and enjoy it. And if you have any more questions about the process, please let me know and just ask in the comments below. And if you got any value out of this at all, please like and subscribe. And as always, I hope to see you out there. Bye.